You have been praying the same prayer for a long time now. Maybe months, maybe years. And every morning you wake up and the answer has not come. And every night you close your eyes wondering if it ever will. And somewhere in the silence between the prayer and the answer, a thought creeps in. What if God is not listening? I need you to hear something right now. Before you go another day carrying that thought, the answer is closer than it has ever been. And what you are going through right now, this specific season of waiting and wondering, is not God ignoring your prayer. It is what happens right before God answers it. Stay with me. Every answered prayer has a waiting room, a season between the asking and the receiving that feels like nothing is happening, like the prayer went up and disappeared into silence. And in that waiting room, the enemy of your faith is not doubt exactly. It is something more subtle. It is the slow erosion of expectation, the gradual lowering of what you believe is possible. You stop praying with the same fire. You start adding qualifiers to your faith. Maybe, possibly, if it is meant to be. In the original prayer, the bold, specific, honest prayer you prayed from the deepest part of yourself gets smaller and quieter and more uncertain. This is what the waiting room does to most people. It erodes faith slowly until they are not even sure whether they still believe it is possible. But here's what I need you to understand. It was not designed to destroy your faith. It was designed to purify it. And what comes out of the waiting room, if you stay the full length of your time there, is something unshakable, something that was forged in the fire of waiting and survived. There are specific things that happen in the season right before God answers a prayer. And I want to name them clearly, because when you are inside them, they feel like the opposite of what they are. The first sign is intensified opposition. Right before the answer comes, everything that has been working against you seems to intensify. The obstacle gets bigger, the resistance gets stronger, the voice that says give up gets louder, and the natural response is to interpret this as confirmation that the answer is not coming. But here is the truth. Darkness always intensifies right before the dawn. The enemy of your breakthrough knows it is coming before you do. The intensification is not a sign that you are losing. It is a sign that something is about to be won. A second sign is unexplained preparation. You find yourself being drawn to learn something new, to develop a skill, to connect with people who carry knowledge relevant to what you have been asking for. This preparation is not coincidence. It is God getting you ready to receive, because the answer always requires a version of you that does not yet fully exist when you first pray the prayer. The preparation is the construction of that version. The third sign is a sudden and specific clarity. Out of nowhere, in the middle of the waiting, something becomes clear. A direction, a decision, a next step that you did not see before. Not why does God make you wait? Why does the answer take so long? Why does the silence stretch on past every timeline you imagined? The honest answer has several layers. The first layer is timing. The answer to your prayer does not exist in isolation. It exists in relationship to other things, other people, other circumstances that need to be in place before the answer can arrive in its complete form. God is orchestrating an entire situation. That takes time, not because God is slow, but because the answer is complex. And a complex answer that arrives at the right moment is worth infinitely more than a simple answer that arrives too soon. The second layer is character. The person who will receive the answer needs to be able to steward it, not just receive it, protect it, multiply it. And that person, the one who can do all of those things, is built in the waiting. The character required to steward the answer is forged specifically by the experience of waiting for it. Patience, trust, the ability to hold hope without demanding it perform on your timeline. These are not qualities you can develop in comfort. The third layer is protection. Sometimes the answer is not coming yet because you are not yet protected from what it brings. Success without character destroys. Blessing without preparation overwhelms. God sometimes makes you wait not to withhold the answer, but to protect you from receiving it before you are ready to carry it without being crushed. The waiting is love, even when it feels like abandonment, even when it feels like silence. It is love. Most people pray differently in the waiting room than they did at the beginning. They pray smaller, more tentatively, just in case it does not happen. Protecting yourself from disappointment is a reasonable human response, but it is also the one thing most likely to extend the wait. The prayer that moves mountains is not the careful hedged prayer of someone protecting themselves. It is the bold, specific prayer of someone who has decided, despite all evidence, that the answer is coming. So here's how to pray. Pray with specificity, not "God help me somehow," but the exact thing you need. Named, described. The specificity aligns you with the answer. It keeps your faith pointed at something real. Pray with gratitude for what has not yet arrived. This is the most powerful form of prayer. Thanking God for the answer before it comes. It moves you from lack to abundance, from hoping to knowing. Pray without ceasing, but release the outcome. Pray consistently, and then release the how and the when completely, because the how and the when are not yours to determine. Trust the division of responsibility. It will save you enormous suffering. Waiting is not passive, at least not the kind of waiting that ends in answered prayer. The waiting that works is active, intentional. Keep moving in the direction of the prayer. If you prayed for a door to open, walk toward the door. If you prayed for a breakthrough, keep building even before the breakthrough arrives. The answered prayer almost never finds people standing still. It finds people already in motion toward it. Move. Prepare for the answer practically. Act as if the answer is coming. Make the practical preparations that would be necessary if the answer arrived tomorrow. This is not presumption. This is faith with hands and feet. It signals to the universe that you are serious, that you are ready, that you have not given up, and are not simply hoping, but are actively preparing to receive. Help someone else with what you are praying for. This is the one that surprises people the most. If you are praying for provision, give something, however small. If you are praying for healing, offer care to someone else who is hurting. This is not transactional faith. It is the practical demonstration that you believe in the abundance of what you are asking for. And it positions you as a conduit, rather than just a recipient. The answer flows through open hands, not closed ones. Right before God answers your prayer, the waiting gets heavy. The silence gets loud. The opposition intensifies. And every part of you wants to conclude that the answer is not coming, that the prayer was foolish, that the faith was misplaced. Do not conclude that, because what you are in right now, this specific season of intensified opposition and unexpected preparation, is not the end of the story. It is the last chapter before the answer arrives. Keep praying, keep moving, keep preparing, keep believing even when believing costs you everything. Because the answer is coming. It was always coming. And it is closer right now than it has ever been before. Your prayer was heard. It was always heard. If this found you at exactly the moment you needed it, please share it with someone still waiting for their answer. Subscribe to Sacred Chosen Journey for weekly messages that speak